When you have a large worksheet, you'll want to be able to scroll all over and still see your column and row headers. That's what freezing panes is all about. Let's take a look at this large worksheet. Scroll down, I'll just roll my mouse wheel down, and I can see my data, but I can't really see any of the headers. And what if we scroll to the right? Maybe let's scroll up first, and now we can't see what's happening in the first column. And if we scroll to the right and scroll down, now we're looking at data, and we can't really tell what we're looking at. And if you're in a view like this, you could just press Control Home, and now you can always get back up to cell A1, so we're back in the starting position. Well, when you have this large worksheet, here's where freezing panes comes into play. Now take a look over here on the right side. Now here's your vertical scroll bar. On top of the vertical scroll bar, you see this little bar here. Put your mouse pointer over it, and your mouse pointer becomes a two-headed up and down arrow. Click and drag down. So this gray line is resting just underneath row 4, and let go. Now, what you could do is you could click in the top part and scroll this independently from the bottom pane. That's okay, but that could get a little confusing when your screen starts looking like this. So here's what we do. Click the View tab, and over here choose Freeze Panes, and from the flyout choose Freeze Panes. So what that does is it kind of locks the top pane in place so that you can scroll the bottom and not lose sight of what your column headers are. Well, that's great, but it still doesn't fix the problem of what happens when we scroll to the right. Let's scroll all the way back here. We can split the screen, not just top and bottom. We can also split it left and right. But before we do that, we have to unfreeze the panes. So back in the View tab, let's go to Freeze Panes and choose Unfreeze Panes. And down here in the lower right corner, also kind of below the vertical scroll bar and on the right side, the horizontal scroll bar is another one of those little bars there. Put your mouse pointer on it, and you get a two-headed left and right arrow. And click and drag this gray bar so that it's resting between column A and column B. And again, back in the View tab, go to Freeze Panes, and again choose Freeze Panes. Now you can scroll up and down and not lose sight of your column headers, and you can also scroll to the right and not lose track of your first column. Now, keep in mind, when you freeze the panes, what you print will not be what you see on the screen. You will print the regular worksheet like you would see it normally. You would not see the panes split like this. This is only for your convenience to navigate through the worksheet. So let's say we want to get back to normal. We don't want the panes split anymore. Back here in the View tab, click Split, and that unsplits because it was highlighted. It's no longer highlighted again. And now we have the worksheet like it was originally. You can see scrolling up, down, left and right. So that's a convenience that you might want to use whenever you have a very large worksheet.